Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Julius, and in this video today we will be building this custom blog post with the Divi theme. So I will just go ahead and show you how it works. So of course on the top we have like this transparent header with the logo and the menu, and then we have the blog post itself, which is to the right side. So that is the content itself, which would be what you're writing inside and some photos here. And on the left side, we have like this sticky photo, which is actually the featured image of the blog post. And it works like this, like you scroll down as you are scrolling, no matter where you are, like this is always fixed to the page, and then everything here scrolls until we get down to the bottom of the page. Now we can also check this out on the mobile version. So on the mobile version you would have it like this. We have the menu which drops down, and then everything is stacked up next to each other, as is in most mobile versions of blog articles. So of course this is just like a basic design, and you can always go in and style it the way that you prefer. But what is important here is more of the functionality. So in order for this to work, we need some basic CSS snippets that we would paste to the page. And I've also left in a link in this video. There is a link that will take you to this blog article on my website, where you can simply copy to your clipboard the CSS snippets, and then you paste it where it is required. And I've also left like this part here where you can take the CSS classes for the columns and then paste it there, because actually this works like this. I've created it in such a way that we have like this section here, and then we have the rows with 2 columns. So that is how it works. But I will go ahead and show you how we would create this. So with that said, let's start. So first thing we have to do is go to our dashboard of our WordPress website. And on the dashboard I've already created, you should go to your Divi and then the theme builder, where I have already created like this custom header, footer, and then the custom body as well for the blog post. And I've also just come here and left I've checked all posts so that we can see how this works also. Okay, so a couple of things here for the header. I will not go in too deep with it, but I just want to show you something here that is important. If you want to achieve this transparent header, then what you actually have to do is like, the way I built it, this is, let me just show you here. So we have like the desktop version and then the mobile version. So on the desktop I have it like this, and on the mobile version I've built it with this. It's the same as well. But what you have to do in order to achieve the transparency of the header, because the good thing here is that this feature image is actually the full screen itself, the full viewport of the desktop. So it will be better if you have like some kind of transparency here, right? So what you should do is you should come to the desktop menu, and then go to background for the sections, and then you make sure that the background color is set to transparent. Then you have to go in as well to the row settings and also make sure that the background is set to transparent as well, and then make sure that the menu is also background set to transparent. Okay, and then you can style it the way that you want. Now the trick here is to make sure that you come to the advanced section, and for position you have to put it to default. All right, and on mobile version you do the same thing as well. So you have, then you set this, of course you go to the advanced, and then you set visibility to phone and tablet, and then the other one you set the visibility to only the desktop. All right, so let's go back there, save and exit. So back to this, on the footer this is just basic, just to show you how it works. I've styled it just as simple as possible. And here as well, when you finish styling your footer, make sure you go to the section settings and then come to advanced and put the position to absolute, because that is how you make sure that when everything scrolls, then it fits with the footer as well. All right. So we go in here and we save it. And now let's move to the most important part, which is the custom body. So what I would do here, because I've already created the custom body, is that I would just go here and then I'll take off the CSS, which would be in this section here. So you go to advanced, you go to custom CSS. This is the CSS that makes the page works the way that it scrolls up and down for the left side and for the right side. But I'll just go ahead and walk you through the whole process again. So let me just delete this and then we start from scratch. So delete that part and then let's delete this section as well and then start from scratch. All right, I'll save it and then I will show you how it looks now. So there's actually nothing there. All right. Okay, so you have the header and the footer and nothing there because we haven't assigned anything to it. So let's go back here now and let's start building. So the first thing we have to do is go to the section settings. We go to design and then we go to spacing and then we make sure that we set the margin top and bottom to 0. And then we set the padding as well, top and bottom to 0. All right. And then now we can go in now and then we select the row and then we take 2 rows, equal rows. Then we can go in here as well to the row settings, design. We go to sizing and then we set it to 100%. I usually just copy it here and then go to maximum width. And then we also set it to 100% so that everything is left and right, the viewport full view. So we should come as well to this spacing, set everything to 0 as well, and then margin 0 and padding also 0. Okay, so that's the first part. So what we have to do next now is we go now back to the row settings. We go to the first column and then on background, we go to the background image and we will set it as dynamic content instead of just normal content because that is the blog post. So when you click on this, then you just take featured image. Go down here, we will set it like a cover, center, everything here looks good. Okay, and then we save it and then save the page. Next thing we should do now is go to the second column. We click in here and then we should look for the content, the post content. So this, you click on it and now we have the post content and then we can save. So let's go back now to the blog post itself. So actually this is the blog post that I created just to make sure that you see it. So you have the title here, you have some text here, lorem ipsum, like yeah, it's just like dummy text, and I have a photo that I put in here, and this is the feature image as well. So you can go ahead and style it the way that you want depending on your content and everything. All right. So if we go back now, we refresh. Then this is how it looks. It's just very basic. You cannot even see, like this is the image somewhere here. You can see it at the top here, but it's not even that clear. So everything is just like as basic as possible. So we can go here and style it as well. So let's say we set this to spacing, let's say top bottom padding of 20px for the top and the bottom, and then we just save it. We can leave it like that for now. Saved. Let's go back now and then check it. So now we have like some top and bottom padding, but you can always do it the way that you prefer. And we can go back now here, and let's make sure that we have on sizing, we turn on the custom gutter width, and we set it to 1 so that everything is like, yeah, position 100. Like, yeah, it's like that. And then we save it. So what we should do next now is the moment that we take the CSS. So you go to the blog post, you can just copy the CSS snippets, come back here, go to this button down here, page settings, advanced custom CSS, and then we paste it here. So what this CSS basically says is that, like, the media query as well, we make sure that on desktop it only functions on desktop. So with the size of 1240 px, that is the only place where we can load it. So that on the mobile version and on the tablet version, this doesn't work. Okay, and then the viewport is set to 100% viewport. That's why everything shows the way it shows. But this is just the basic CSS, not so important. But you can go ahead and check the CSS code if you want to make some changes to it as well. So the next thing we should do now is go in here. After saving the CSS, we should go to the first column. So this is the left column, and then go to advanced. And then for the CSS class, as you can see here, let me just take it as you would take it. We have the left column here. You just have to copy it from my blog post, copy, and then you can paste it there. For the left column, you save. Then let's come back to the blog post, take the right column, copy, come back here, and then on the right column, the moment you save it, you would see this changes. And then we paste it here. So now this is the scrollable effect that has taken effect. So we save it, and then let me show you how it looks now. So if you refresh the page, then you see now that this is functioning. But then again, we don't have the image, right? So how do we make that work? Let's go back in here, go back to the column. And what we have to do is that first thing, let's put, let's take text. You might want your blog post title to be here. If you want that, I would suggest that, but it all depends on you. So what you can do here is come here and go to dynamic content, and then you can take the title. But it's all up to you to decide how you want to do it. I mean, actually, I should take this off and just leave it there. But just always make sure that there is a text model that is in here, okay? Because that's the only way this can work. So if I save it and I go back here and I show you, let me show you what I mean. That's how it starts running the photo. I mean, you cannot see it now because it is not there. But then we have to go now to the column, go to design, go to spacing, and then we have to give a padding top and bottom. So let's give it a padding of 300 depending on your photo. So you can see now that it is working. We save, and then we save it. So now if we come here, we refresh the page, then you can see now that the photo is there. All right. It depends on how your photo is. It's very important because you always have to make sure that you customize it, or you set the padding based on how you want your photo to come out. So this is the full photo from here, and this is the header logo. So like, yeah, everything has to fit in well. All right. So now we have like a basic working design. We can now go in now and start styling everything. So I can go in now here. I mean, this thing is right down here. And first thing I can do is I can go down here and actually put the title. So the post title. So you can type post title, and then you take it from here. And then we can take the elements. You can take whatever you want. But what is important here, of course, is like toggling off the future image, maybe not comment section, post categories. It depends on what you want. Me, I usually just leave it like I take the order out, I take the date out, and I just leave the post title. And then what you have to do now is take this here, bring it up to the top, and we can come in here and give it spacing, margin top and bottom of 20% as well, 20 pixel, so that there is a space between that and that. So if we go back to the post example, and then so it's something like that. It all depends on what you want to do, but I'm just making like a basic style here. What you can also do is come here as well, and now you can start styling everything. For example, I want the header to be in all caps. I want to change the fonts. I like Roboto, no? And then I can put that there. Save it. You can go now to the post content itself, and then you decide everything that you want there. I will take Roboto Mono as well. The next will be the post. So on, and you can save everything and make sure that everything looks nice and good. Then you can come down here and make sure that you style the text line height. I can give it like 1.4 or 1.5, and then I can make sure that the text size is maybe 18, and then save it. Let's see how it looks. Save. Then if we come back here and refresh the page, then you can see it's starting to make sense. Of course, this part of it, you can do the design yourself, but you can get the idea here, right? And you can also make sure that you give a spacing between this and that. So for example, if you go back there, you can style everything to be set to center on the desktop version. Centralize everything. Come down here, and then you make sure that on the desktop version as well, it is aligned to center. And then on the mobile, you can align it to the right. On that, you can align it to the right as well. Okay. And then you can come back here and make sure that you align on the mobile version to the right, and this tablet to the right, and on the desktop it is aligned like that. Okay, so if we go back here and we refresh the page, this is how it looks. You can also come here and make sure that on this column, you can also make sure that you give it a padding of, let's say, 10 for both sides. Save. You can decide on how you want it to be. I can come back here and make sure that I save. I change the padding to we can leave it as it was before. I think that was better. All right. It all depends on what you want to do, but that's for you to style. This, as I said before in the video, this is all about the functionality. So what else can we do here? I think everything is good, right? So there we go. We have successfully created this together. Please leave a comment. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section and I'll help you with that. And anything else you can always check on the blog post as well. Thank you very much and see you in the next video. Oh, also, you can check on the mobile version as well, just to make sure that it works as well. It's also working on the mobile version. All right. Then you can style it the way that you want as well. All right. So thank you very much and see you in the next video.